Now I'd like to turn the program over to Chief Deputy Steve Henry from Pinal County, Arizona. Not a border county, but just above.
Good morning. No, not a border county. Good morning. I'm Steve Henry, Chief Deputy, Pinal County, Arizona, and I'm here on behalf of Sheriff Paul Babu. Many of you probably know who he is. And we do have a few things to say about this because we live and breathe this every day. Pinal County, for those of you that are for a small geography lesson, is located about 70 miles north of the United States-Mexican border. And the only thing separating the southern county line in Mexico is an Indian reservation. There's not a whole lot going on down there except for smuggling. And of course, we don't have any law enforcement powers normally on an Indian reservation unless you're a non-tribal member. But fortunately, the smugglers are non-tribal members, so we can do enforcement there. It's not very popular with the Indian tribe, but we still do it. Essentially, what we do every day is actually in combat to what the federal government seems to view as something that's very innocuous and unimportant. For us, national security and sovereignty is important, and that's why we're involved in this each and every day. And this is a direct effect on the citizens that not just live in Pinal County, not just live in Arizona, but live throughout this country. You know, as the sheriff said earlier, what happens in Mexico or Arizona Monday happens in his county on Thursday is very, very true. You know, it's not hard to go from the United States-Mexican border at the Tohono O'odham Indian Reservation, move up to I-8, which is in Arizona, which is in my county, slip over to I-10, and then from I-10 go to the East Coast, or slip up on I-17 another 35 miles and get on I-40 and move to the East Coast, and everywhere else in between. It happens every day. Essentially, when I speak about sovereignty and national security issues, it's for a reason, because under the Department of Defense definition of terrorism, the drug cartels are terrorists. And so in our backyard, our #1 trading partner in America, our #2 trading partner in Arizona is Mexico. And we have terrorists in our backyards that operate with impunity each and every day to the demise of Americans and to the demise of their own country and to the demise of their own sovereignty in Mexico. And that has a direct effect, a chilling direct effect each and every day in Arizona, each and every day in America as a whole. You know, we go to Libya, we go to Afghanistan, we go to Pakistan, and we for lack of a better word, we punish the terrorist organizations because we are at war with terrorism. And as the President said before, there are no boundaries on terrorism. Well, it's in our backyard, and we're doing nothing about it at the federal level. We really aren't. I mean, it's piecemeal. I'm not saying that we're not doing exactly nothing. I mean, boots on the ground is fantastic. I mean, we have a great relationship with Border Patrol, a great relationship with ICE, HSI. But when you get into the leadership aspect of those organizations, it's almost see no evil, hear no evil. But the people on the ground do understand. My deputies go out each and every day. It's like sending them to Iraq or Afghanistan. They have to wear heavy body armor. They have to wear helmets. They have to wear night vision. The enemy operates at night. And we all know that, and so that's the way we operate as well. We're outgunned, we're outmanned. They have the same technology that we do. They have encrypted radios. They have solar chargers for the radios on top of lookouts. We have over 100 lookout positions in the United States that are manned by armed criminals from another country. That's a sovereignty issue. That's a national security issue in our own country. And if you don't believe me, come down and visit me. I'll take you to them. I'll show you. I myself go out and work these missions with my deputies. You know, we'll come out of a helicopter, we'll swoop out of the sky, we'll land at an LP, and 5 or 6 guys dressed in BDUs will take off with AK-47s and run down the mountain from us. And we have to clear those things tactically. We can't chase these people through the desert. We don't have the manpower or the air assets to do it most of the time. So we still have to clear the cave or clear the OP or whatever we're doing at that moment. And you can't chase those people. And then when we do chase them, the probability of getting in a gunfight is quite huge. And I don't know about you, but the idea of facing off with 2 or 3 guys that have nothing to lose, because if they go back home after they've been arrested, they're probably going to get killed anyway, as you've all probably seen on the internet. I guess the wonderful thing and the bad thing about technology is everything's on it. The narco cartels own their own blogs. They own their own URLs. You can go and do the research yourself and see what they're doing to their own people. If you want to talk to me afterwards, I'll give you the web pages. It's disgusting, it's tragic, and it's crimes against humanity, and it happens each and every day. And you know, if you don't think this has spilled over into America, you're wrong. Chandler, Arizona, last year, a beheading directly related to narco-terrorism. And it was a hit because someone snitched or whatever it was. So what's going on in Mexico is going on in America. You know, you have 40,000 plus people that are murdered in Mexico directly related to the drug war that the Mexican government's conducting right now. I would tell you that that 40,000 people is an inaccurate number. That's just 40,000 that have been reported or found. I bet you there's another 85 to 100,000 people behind that they just haven't produced the bodies yet. Well, let's talk about some numbers on the American side. According to the United States Border Patrol, just in the Tucson sector alone, which is in Arizona, and there's many sectors on the border, last year they apprehended about 200,000 and change people coming across the border just in that sector. They admit or tell us that it's only 1/3 of the people that came across the border. So we're only getting 1 out of 3. Who's crossing the border that we don't know? I mean, just the other night on TV, they came out and said, the Border Patrol came out and said that there was over 300 illegal aliens apprehended last year that were from nations of interest. And those are nations that have direct terrorist ties. That's Hamas, Hezbollah, and all those other organizations. They're coming up south through South America from the tri-border area. We know that. That's good, hard, vetted intelligence that our government has. So if we're only catching 1 out of 3 and the other 2 are getting across, how many of those are members of Hezbollah, Hamas, and the other organizations like that who have nothing in their sights but destroying America? This is a national security issue. So if we're talking about doing something, control the border. I mean, a great start is the Kyle McCain 10-point border plan. It's a great start. Is it the only answer? No. Silver bullet? No. But we have to start someplace. We have to control the border. And then we can start on the interior and work out. And that's really, truly the issue. That's the bottom line. Control the border. We've been able to do it in the Yuma sector, where people being arrested is down to less than a 90% reduction over 3 years. We have the ability to do it. We've already proven we can do it, so let's just do it on the rest of the border. And finally, if you know, pictures speak 1,000 words. If you want pictures of what we're doing, leave me your email address, and I will send you hundreds of pictures of what's going on in Arizona. Hundreds, and some of them will turn your stomach. And finally, for those of you that are staffers, talk to your bosses, please, and relay the message that HR 1270 is important, HR 100 is important, 2000 and 1459. Those are all very, very important to securing our country. And thank you.
Thank you, Chief. What you've said about drug cartels as terrorists, I think would probably be evident to everyone just reading this morning's paper, where a story broke about an Iranian-born U.S. citizen who tried to contract with what he thought was a Mexican drug cartel to carry out an assassination here in Washington of the Saudi Arabian ambassador to the United States. And I'll just put in a quick plug here for those of you who would like to see what it's like in Arizona at the border. The center is sponsoring a trip to Arizona in February, and information is on our website. So, thank you.